Hello, and welcome to the Coach Therapy Podcast. I'm Coach Q, and I am so excited that you decided to tune in today. We're going to take a journey through vulnerability so that we can reach clarity, healing, growth, and success. You're going to learn some things about you, you'll learn some things about me, but most importantly, you will receive tools every episode that will help you to become better every single day. Enjoy Coach Therapy. Hello again, and welcome to another episode. Hold on, I can't just say another episode. Y'all, welcome to episode 20 of the Coach Therapy Podcast. I'm so excited. Episode 20. Episode number 20. That's huge. That's huge for me because I've had to stick with this thing. I've had to stick it out, y'all. And I'm sticking it out. And I'm excited because I think that when I started this, I knew I had to. I knew I had to get back into podcasting. I had to allow my voice to be heard. I knew that there were people that needed and that do need what I have to say. And so I was like, I'm going to do it. And I did it. And I was feeling very unsure and just like, I don't know. And it's been a journey. I mean, to get to 20 episodes, um, to be consistent week after week after week, to make sure I carve the time out to do what I know I'm supposed to be doing has not been easy. However, I am really excited because it may not have yet yield the growth that I want as it relates to numbers, but what it has done, it has created and it has allowed me to grow in such a tremendous way in my level of comfort in front of the camera and speaking, and it has allowed me to really just elevate as a coach. It's like sometimes when we are on this journey of becoming, we feel like if we don't have an audience, then why are we doing it? But what I've learned is the things that you do when nobody's watching is what develops you for when everyone will watch. We don't need to wait until we get in front of tons of people to perfect our gift. We don't need to wait until we have a huge audience to utilize our voice. Do it now because it is the content that I am creating now that will attract me to the large audience that I will engage with later. And so, episode number 20, and I'm proud of myself for continuing on this journey, and we're gonna keep going. When I got to episode 10, I was like, oh my God, 10 episodes. And here I am at episode number 20, and can't stop, won't stop. Hey. So I'm continuing on this journey. And I think the topic that I want to talk about is just perfect for this episode. And so what I want to talk about is elevation. So the other day, I decided to pull out my notebook and write the things that I want to do in the new year. So as we're closing out this year, I'm just thinking about all of the things that I have done this year and the things that I want to do next year and what do I want to do better. And normally when I write out my list, I'm like, if it's a place that I want to go or a company that I want to work with or what have you, I'm like writing out all of those things typically. But this year, when I got ready to write, I just wrote down elevation. And I'm like, okay, yes, I want to elevate. I want to elevate. I want to elevate. And as I begin to write my list, it just looked different than what it typically looks like. And the reason for I believe that now, like after I went back and looked at it, and I'm going to share some of the things on my list, but when I went back and looked at my list, I began to realize that I am not striving to become because I already am. what do I mean? It's like I am Coach Q. I coach today. I am an author. I am a speaker. I do work with companies. I'm just not doing it at the level that I wish to do it at. And so I want to elevate. And so instead of listing the brands that I want to work with or the places that I want to travel to or the amount of money that I would like to make, I created all of the things on my list that I feel will help me to elevate in what I am currently doing right now. I feel like if I implement these things, or if I am more consistent at some of the things that I already do, it will usher me into a higher level and into the places and surround me with the people that I am working towards right now. So, the first thing on my list is to pay attention to details. I realize it's the small details that tips us over the edge, that makes the biggest difference. For instance, I was okay, I'm gonna give you another football example. It was the Bills and the Denver Broncos a couple weeks ago. The Bills were winning the game. The Broncos went to kick the field goal and they missed it. And the Bills were going to ice that game and it was going to be that was it. There was their game. They won, but they got a penalty. 12 men on the field. You only can have 11. 11 men on the field in football. The defensive coordinator who probably called that play or whatever, 12 people on the field cost them a game. And it's pushing them. They're like in the wild card to be even get in the playoffs because now they're getting pushed further and further back. The attention to detail is what can be the determining factor between our success or our failures. And so I begin to think, in what areas of my life do I need to pay more attention to the details in order to give me an advantage, to help me to elevate, to help me to grow? So that's one thing on my list. The second thing was to stop cutting corners. Sometimes we need to do the whole thing and we need every little experience, conversation that goes along with it. Sometimes this is my session. Let me be honest about me. Sometimes I am trying to figure out a way to get there faster instead of just embracing the process and doing every little step, because it's the little steps that develop us for the big things. And so I said, if I want to elevate, it's not always about how fast can I get there, but how much value will I add once I am there? Shifting that, because I may get there fast and not be prepared for it. And that could set me 10 steps back. But if I am prepared and I have the value to add to any space that I'm in, once I get there, it's gonna move me up faster. It's gonna connect me with more people, more things, more opportunities. But I can't cut corners. Oh man, what else did I put? I'm about to get on my own nerves because y'all know I gotta start telling my business. I then had to say, this is the hard one for me. This is the hard one because I could just do this so much. Here it is. Let me just stop trying to prolong it. Don't outthink myself out of what I know I'm supposed to be doing. Any overthinkers? I am so not proud to be an overthinker. I will know, like, let me do this, but then I will think myself into a frenzy, y'all. Everything could be set up, lined up, boom, boom, boom. I can think myself into a frenzy. So much so that I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna do it later. I think myself into procrastination. I think myself into insecurity. Ultimately, I can think myself out of doing what I know I'm supposed to do. And it has been things that I know I could do, ready to do. And because I overthought the whole thing, I didn't do it. Then later lived to be like, dang, I should have just did it. And overthinking can be inhibiting me from elevating. Because if I overthink everything and I have the opportunity in front of me, I may not even enjoy it. You can mess an opportunity up with just your thoughts alone. So, my list looks so different this year because I realized that there is some refining that I need to do to elevate because I am already who I aspire to be. I'm just aspiring to be it on the next level. All righty. So when I'm writing this, I'm like, okay, I started to review like some of the things that I got a chance to do this year and some of the places that I got to speak and some of the clients that I've had the opportunity to work with. And I'm like, whenever I'm trying to get to the next level, I somehow master discrediting where I am and what I've done. And a lot of times we have that short-term memory when we hustling and we try to get to a place of success. And I don't think that we should dwell on the things of our past and just only, hold everything like, oh, I did this and not aspire to do anything else. I don't think we should do that. However, I do believe that we should really reflect and really give ourselves credit. Like, oh, wait a minute, I am doing that. Oh, I did have this opportunity because sometimes we forget where we came from. Like, I once upon a time remember when I started coaching many, many years ago. I think it's been 8 now. 8 years ago, I started coaching and I was afraid to charge $100 for a session. Like, oh, I don't know. Like, I look back on that now and that's hilarious to me. Like, girl, but I was so afraid. And so as I grow and as I elevate and as I get to another level, I realize that I have to just keep going. I have to keep going. I have to continue to move forward and I have to continue to look at where I've been and build off of that, paying attention to the details, not overthinking because that's how I got to where I needed to get to. It's like I was just like, all right, let me tweak this. Let me just do something so small and then boom, growth. And so elevation really comes when we start to fix those small things within ourselves that make us better. It's not always about um being in a certain space, it's what you do in the spaces that you are currently in. And so this year for me, as I work to elevate and to grow and to get to the next level, I understand that there is something that is required of me that I must elevate from within first so that the things around me will elevate. For instance, have you ever raised your standards in your relationships? I know I have, and the quality of people around me changed. It wasn't me just going out seeking out better people, it was changing something within me that changed the tolerance. Like, so what I accepted and what I allowed into my life and into my space changed, but it started with me. And if that can happen within myself, then that can happen in my business. That can happen as it relates to my goals and my success. And so, but it starts with me. And so this year, I'm challenging you not to just write down where you want to go, but what do you need to change within yourself to elevate to get there? We talk a lot about self awareness. That's like becoming a buzzword, self-awareness, self-awareness. And when you consider self-awareness, it's not just about what you're doing, but how does it impact the people around you? You have to be so aware. How do you, when you talk, how does that impact those around you? How does it impact you? How does it alter your mood? Like, we have to assess everything about what we're doing and see, are we the reason why we're on the level that we are on? Is this the reason that I feel stagnant? Is this the reason that it feels like I can't get any further? What do you need to change about you? It's not always about a viral moment. It's not always about getting an investor. Those things will come, but it really starts with you. And so I don't want us to pursue things more. I don't want us to make things more difficult in our pursuit because of what we haven't done within ourselves. And so for me, it's like, get you together all the way. Have I grown? Yes, by leaps and bounds. Can I grow some more? I sure can. And so I'm going to control what's in my control. And what's in my control is me. I can control what I do to elevate. I can control the way that I think and the way that I talk to myself and the way that I prepare. I have full control over those things. And then as I change those things, I am very excited to see how it will change my life, how things will elevate, how I will grow and evolve. I'm excited about that. And so this year, as we're setting goals, we're going to check in with us. We're going to not only challenge ourselves to walk into new doors, but we're going to challenge ourselves to think differently. And so 2024 is going to be amazing. I've been consistent all year. This is episode 20, but I am ready to elevate. And y'all are getting a front row seat to this elevation process. It's been dope sitting on this couch with my podcast, mic, recording myself, but watch me elevate this year. Watch Coach Therapy go to the next level, because I am looking from within to make some adjustments. And the adjustments that I make within first will impact everything around me. I'm going to the next level. We will elevate in 2024. So I want to encourage you to do the same. Episode 20. What are you going to be consistent with in the upcoming year? I hope that what I do week after week serves as motivation that you can do it also. And so until next time, elevate, become more self aware, and make small tweaks so we can become better and you can reach those goals. You got this.